Hello, hello to everyone. Is me. And my messy freaking window banister. But hey, don't worry about that. I enjoyed Silksong a lot. So I figured I might as well do a boss listing to kind of figure out on where we're going by logic of what I exactly think. I thought I'd kind of go over the areas as well a little bit on like what I enjoyed, what I didn't enjoy, and so this boss listing is very much of like a list of enjoyment. It's a listing that is based on my experience with the bosses, the setting of the bosses, the actual boss, like how much I enjoyed it, and just in general the feel of it, as well as like some gripes that I might have had, but those aren't very prevalent because I didn't have a lot of issues with many of the bosses. So we're going to be listing them from double S, which will only have 3 bosses. I have those 3 bosses in mind, and all the way down to E, which is bad and or could be either or just one. But it won't have a lot. Honestly, it's probably more so unenjoyable than bad. But like pretty much the lowest tier I'm going to be going is meh. And yes, don't worry about this. This is a shoehorn. My ADHD ass has to fucking fiddle something, like fidget with something that, so I can actually focus somewhat. So I'm kind of fidgeting this, like But yeah, I figured we'd go in order. And I have a did not fight tier right here, which is gonna be the bosses that I didn't fight, or I don't remember. And I did check. There was a second Moss Mother fight apparently. I don't remember that. I have no idea what the fuck this is. It looks like the Void Mass, and I don't think it refers to those. I don't know who the fuck this guy is. No idea. I'm not ranking him. This looks like the freaking scientist from Wormways. So apparently I could have fought him. Then again, I didn't go to places like... Did I go to Moss Grotto in Act 3? I don't remember. But I didn't go to like Wormways and stuff, so... No idea what the fuck this guy is. Or this, whatever the hell this... Something I won't describe looks like. looks like. Garmund and Zaza, we did fight their other form, sadly, but apparently you could have fought them here as well. And Chakra, which I was informed I could have fought her. I did not. I tried looking for her, but hey, it is what it is. Everything else though is free game, so I suppose we'll just go in order. First up, Moss Mother. Like the very first boss encounter in the game. Like, as a fight, very simple, similar to the tutorial boss that we fought back in the original Hollow Knight. The not very complex, teaches you about, kind of gives you the hands-on experience on the actual game, like what it's like to fight bosses, the feel, but in general, the feel of it, very good. The Strive as the background music and the whole like fluidity of it, I feel like it's a solid boss. I would honestly be like, I would be fine giving this a good ranking. Okay is okay, but because it's the tutorial boss, I feel like it ramps up to good. And it's also like the in-tier ranking will be the further left it is and like higher, the better it is as well. Next up, this guy. Grawl the Great. When I was doing Bile Water, I split it into two videos called like Tired Bile Water and awake bile water. For me, the whole experience of Grawl was... I mean, the run back is certainly a thing. Most of those jumping fuckers that like that last straight is what got me a lot. And the reason I'm looking this way is because, again, I'm looking at my OBS and like volume levels most of the time. But the camera is like right there. The actual like Grawl fight with like cut through and like the tense feelings that I had there definitely convey the brutality of Bile of Water and their hate towards the Citadel. And I feel like Grawl's hated in general. Grawl isn't meh, certainly, because he's a fun, like, he is a fun experience, and like the whole arena is pretty unique. The gauntlet before him, though, sucks. So I would give him an okay. But Grawl, in and itself, very good. Phantom. Now this is where we're getting into interesting territory. Let's see. I mean, Phantom... I kind of just... I don't know how the fuck I even ended up there. I think because I was stumbling to the mist and I was tired by the time I got there because I did not fucking... My dumbass didn't realize to needle in the fucking butterflies. So I was just... I almost brute force... I think I did brute force fucking the mist at one point. I genuinely don't remember. I think I did, or maybe it was like immediately after I realized that the needling can be used. Due to my friend was like, hey, you can actually needle in the butterflies. I was like, oh my fucking god, are you serious? Or no, I googled it. I googled that you have to use the needle in after like 3 hours, but yeah. I got to the exhaust organ once, and I ran away from it because my dumbass didn't explore it fully. So I didn't even find the Phantom the first time. But all that aside, because this is not the boss fight, or the boss arena and or fight, Phantom was freaking incredible. The moveset being very reminiscent of Hornet's own, it made for a fun kind of twisted sort of mirror matchup. The music was phenomenal, and the Phantom of the Opera reference, freaking 9.9 out of 10. Phantom is an easy grade, easy like high grade, or a great high S. Same for this guy. Rest in peace, Seth Goldman. The fucking Team Cherry made this guy into a fucking badass. The guardian of Nihileth's shrine, of one of the old powers, old gods of Farloom, and or like the high powers I would describe Nihileth as. Yeah, especially like creator goddesses, more or less. The actual Seth fight, fucking incredible peak. It was like I would feel dirty if I didn't put this anywhere other than high S, and this does go above Phantom, but it doesn't break into the top 3 for me. Still, like if the 3 bosses I have in mind weren't as fucking fantastic as they are, Seth would be an easy double S tier for me. Like an easy top 3. Trobio! And Trobio 2, which is Tormented Trobio. This magnificent bastard, dude. Outside of the fact that he's just a theater kid, and the fact that he fucking destroyed my eyes, and kind of like, especially the second fight's okay because you've gotten better, but Trobio can definitely be a bit of a difficulties, like a fucking vertical wall meme. Insert Project Moon vertical wall here. He can definitely be a bit of a challenge in that regard, and like he destroyed my fucking eyes in the first run. But everything about him, he's just really memey. But I would put him in like high good. Maybe low great, but high good. Especially Trobio 1. Trobio 2, however, fucking great music, great theme, even more destruction of Retina. Doesn't go above Seth, but definitely goes into high grade. Pinstress. Pinstress was also fun. It was it was a different pace than what I was expecting from the actual fight. Like, I was expecting more like parryable combos and whatnot, if that makes sense. Like how you would in like Rapier, how you would like parry and riposte in Rapier, that kind of stuff. So it subverted my expectations, but then again, I don't know what I was expecting. Probably more like Rapier, like cross-stitch combat. So it was different. The mood was great because it was on top of Mount Faye, but kind of just like very detached from like everything. So I'm definitely expecting like a refight, or maybe even with like a multi-fight, kind of like a Sisters of Battle type deal in like the God Home DLC. Hoping for a God Home DLC. So Pinstress was not quite it was okay, but I think she's our first meh tier. Wasn't really anything special. It was like a neat fight, but it was I felt kind of underwhelmed by her. It was there. We have fucking Gur the Outcast. I like the mechanic of like him cluttering the screen, but then again, that was also like, eh. I mean, I just kind of want to get rid of him, so he goes definitely not above Pinstress. So he's gonna be at low meh, I feel. Now here's one of the better bosses. Not a great boss, because Nihileth, you know. Nihileth to a degree, like, I mean, you had Seth immediately before Nihileth. And Nihileth's lore, the fucking music for both Seth and Nihileth, the same theme. And the arena, like, where you fight both of them as well, like, respectively, so freaking good. The Nihileth fight itself was enjoyable, but I wouldn't really put it anywhere like high, like overtly high. So I've definitely put it above Trobio 1. So basically like top of A, I would say, where Nihileth is. Almost great because of the whole like the kind of like emotional mother nature kind of deal. Very good. I'm a sucker for those. But not quite great. Doesn't breach into that new stratosphere. Now, speaking of breaking things, this fucker broke my sanity. This was the first vertical wall for me in Silksong. Savage Beastfly 1. I mean, fair enough. The fucking movement was something that no one was pretty much used to initially. And of course, I believe the first fight hit the Beast Crest, if I remember correctly. But like, oh my god, much like with another boss coming up soonish, fucking Sister Splinter, dude, just fucking hell. I did not enjoy Savage Beastfly 1, so that's gonna be our unenjoyable tier. Just holy fuck. The Beastfly itself, nothing special. Kind of fun, even if you got the if you could like get the pogo mechanic down and could like actually abuse that. But like overall, it just was not fun, nor enjoyable. So I'd say that's very much enjoyable. The second Beastfly fight, again, the ads were bullshit to a degree. Didn't enjoy them. The needle one-shot them, the Silk skill. Same with the first fight, which is good design that you can get rid of ads that quickly. And I would say that this is better. I mean, this Beastfly fight, because of the setting and because it like got rid of the freaking things, I would say that it's okay. So I'd say that's justified for it. It's like nothing special, so I'm kind of thinking between meh and okay, but I'll put it in okay for now. Because it was just that. I personally did not have trouble with Beastfly 2, so it's fine. Next up, Signis and Gron. Fucking hell. By far the boss that I actually just psyched myself out on, like the #1 fucking issue. Like, holy fuck. Again, like, I'm just bad with ad boss fights. I'm coming to realize. Let me be completely honest. The fight itself, not bad. Kind of fun even. But I just feel like it had cool moves, but for some reason I just continued to fucking choke on it. I choked so hard on this fight for so fucking long. It took me like 3 hours to beat these asshats. It's freaking clanker hats. And I'm kind of... it's okay, it was intense, which it had going for it. So, but I would say that this is like... meh. I did like it more than like for example, but I hate it more than Beastfly 2 to like put it in okay, so I'll just say it's eh. Father of the Flame. Here's a cool boss fight. It was an interesting gimmick fight, considering it employed parkour. You're basically fighting a Wicker Man, a sentient Wicker Man. And I really liked the parkour fight. I enjoyed it. Doesn't exceed stuff like Trobio, for example. The fight, however, the fight was very simple. Just destroy the things and then goes in the like lanterns, or like the extremity lanterns, and goes into phase 2. I had some trouble with Father of the Flame mostly, but I had fun figuring out the parkour patterns and dodging. So this is definitely good. I'd say it goes above Moss Mother. I enjoyed Father of the Flame. It was refreshing, as well as the actual like how do you say, the freaking like ambiance and feeling of it, the stress you feel fighting it. I liked it. Same goes for our next boss, Khan. Khan was like... The Coral Tower sucks. I did not enjoy that, but I got myself through it, mostly because I forgot to use Clawline again. I underutilized the living fuck out of Clawline in Silksong, and admittedly it would have made some bosses a lot easier, but hey, it's me. It's me, the dumbass. For that reason, Khan was very easy, and I feel like that was kind of Silksong's way of saying, like, yep, yeah, you got here, you deserve this. The gauntlets were the real boss, but if we were to look at Khan himself was a really fun fight. I really enjoyed it. Like I mean, then again, I could have some Stockholm Syndrome, like, left from the actual gauntlets, but Khan himself was a very fun fight. I'm kind of thinking, because it was definitely above okay. So I'm thinking I'm gonna put it above, like, right here. Actually, probably here. I enjoyed his fight, the way it flowed, more than Trobio 1. This guy, I think I fought him? But he was like similar to the fucking Jimbro ant, which I'm gonna actually move here so I can rate them together. The fucking, like, the void possessed, or the abyss possessed choir clapper. The choir clapper was, actually I think I did fight him, yeah. I fought him in the freaking arena that the choir was initially fought. The choir clapper, the fucking double choir clapper was annoying, but this is basically just false knight. It was okay, nothing special, so this would probably just be an eh. I did enjoy it more than Gur though. Now for Jimbro Ant, this was like the real fucking first like vertical wall. Took me like fucking God knows how many, like fucking 10 tries to beat this asshole. 10, 15 tries. But it was kind of like the first moment where they are like, okay, fucking square up, bitch. You're in for a fucking treat. And that's exactly what they delivered. Like you can't hate this guy. You can't like you can love him. You can't really hate him. So definitely okay. I did below Grawl, but yeah, like it's more so hilarious than anything. More so hilarious than anything. Best Boy taught you basic movements, basic tells, and like the dynamics of the battlefield. Definitely in okay or in good. That's really all I have to say about Belbeast. The introduction to was kind of really good because the like it shows you with that like uncertainty of like what's happening, and then but they delivered a really solid early game boss fight with Belbeast. And also the lore that they tied to Belbeast, but that is irrelevant more or less. Morwing. Apparently this guy was a really hard, like, Act 1 roadblock. I did not find him in Act 1. I fought him in Act, was it 2 or 3? I forget if it was 2 or 3 when I fought him. Probably Act 2? Or 3. One or the other. Morwing was, like, I probably would have had trouble with him had I fought him, early on. But like at the moment where I did fight him, he was just kinda, I mean, he was a thing. Nothing too hard, nothing too easy. Definitely on the easier side at that point, considering all my like experiences that I'd gone through already. So Morwing would be probably a solid, like, I mean, it's like, it's okay, so I'd put him here. Like, and below like Jimbro Ant, because it like I think that Jimbro Ant definitely made more of an experience than Morwing did. Morwing did have a really cool like ambiance surrounding him though in Greymore, and the whole like setup of it being a massive flying mite that it is used to like chase down stragglers who are trying to escape from like working. So that I did enjoy, which is why he's bumped up to good. Otherwise he'd be in meh. Ah yes, our gay prince, our homosexual prince of Verdania. It's just cogwork dancers too. The emotional impact it carries definitely there. The great music, great setup. I liked Verdania because how verdant it is. The fight was kind of just there, and we delivered a mercy kill on him, considering what happened to his lover. I wouldn't say it's great. It was okay. And I didn't enjoy him as much as I probably would have. So I'm gonna put him below Khan because I enjoyed Khan more. Green Prince was definitely good, a good fight. It was a good closing statement to Verdania and a send-off for him. Sister motherfucking Splinter, dude. Another kind of a wall that I ran into, but mostly because of the bosses. The intensity was there, but all in all, this boss, I fucking hated the ads. They would never be line up with you. They would, like, they are tanky as hell. You couldn't avoid them, at least how I played them. So this to me is in the unenjoyable tier. And we have the chunky ass cook, the disgraced chef Lugoli. Lugoli was whatever. Like, it was eh. I enjoyed Gur more than I enjoyed Lugoli, I feel. The Lugoli didn't really have much going for him. We have Best Fluff Ball, which was at the top of Memoriam. At the top of the Memoriam, actually. The freaking... Let's see. I mean, it was just... You just kind of smacked him around a little bit. Until it came to its senses. So it was fine. I didn't really have much else going for him. I mean, it was okay, I feel. But I'm thinking, like, I enjoyed Pinstress more, and I also enjoyed Beastfly 2 more, so it's like... But then again, it was like, this is a different kind of enjoyment. It was a simple fight. So I feel like it would be above Beastfly 2. It would be here. Because definitely not above Morwing or Jimbro Ant. Or Grawl, let alone. Like, it's similar logic to Moss Mother 1. Crawfather. Crawfather is interesting. Well, to a degree, Crawfather is interesting. Like... Crawfather's like... Crawfather had potential, right? Crawfather had a lot of potential, in fact. And it's just a fight with ads, but I definitely minded this less than all the other ad fights up to this point. Crawfather was a good fight. Simple but good. But the atmosphere, the music, the way the enemies actually work, and at what point of the game this is introduced to you, I feel like your skill level is already equipped well enough to deal with everything that he and his ads can throw you, even though they could have thrown you more. Plus, I like his design, but mostly just for design and aesthetic reasons. I'm going to... Let's see, this is hard. I enjoyed him more than Moss Mother, I enjoyed him more than Belbeast. But I'm thinking, is Trobio the fucking wall here? I mean, I didn't mind Green Prince that much. And I think I did enjoy this more than Trobio. So I'm gonna put him here. Crawfather was okay, but it's mostly for the aesthetic choices and the fact that it didn't overstep its boundaries with the fucking ads. I feel like that's what puts it into a good fight for my personal enjoyment. Now we're getting into some fun territory. Lace 1. Undoubtedly a good fight. Introduces her as the rival fight, kind of like Hornet was in the original Hollow Knight game. The moveset is nothing special. I died to her a few times, I think. Her theme, great. The setting in Deep Docks, great. And also, she's just an unapologetic brat. It's the kind of feel that you get from Lace in this first fight. It doesn't overstep anything. It doesn't overstep its boundaries. It's fine. But I'm kind of thinking because like there are great fights and good fights coming up. The Lace is like, it's nothing special, right? That's the whole deal with it. Lace is like the first duel, like proper duel fight of the game, outside of like Jimbro Ant. So I'd say that Lace 1 was a good fight. It doesn't reach the heights of, say, Crust King Khan or Nihilith. So I'd put him here, or I'd put Lace 1 there. Lace 2, on the other hand, Lace 2 was a great fight. Above Trobio, above Phantom, right there. The way it was built, and the way you can jump right into it, how fast-paced it was, the kind of duel. It definitely felt that Lace had more determination here, and Lace was a lot more... like, Lace definitely stepped up her game, right? Which, like, she gave her all here. And the whole, like, moveset of the boss is very enjoyable. It allowed for you to use all of the facets that you'd been given earlier, like, throughout the game, and as you were working with the melodies. So it was a great, like, it was a great gateway to enter Grandmother Silk. So that was definitely something that bumped her up, but the fight as a whole, definitely a great tier. Not as good as Seth. The now Lost Lace, the setting, the music, the implications of everything, and like the moveset, just fucking great, fantastic. And for that like, the fight really speaks for itself. I mean, it does have the Oku syndrome from Toho a little bit, with, like, you know, red on red on red, in this case black on black on black, which isn't that bad once you get used to it. Like, I reached her phase 3 in like half an hour. I reached her phase 4 in like 40-50-ish minutes, I want to say, but it took me 7.5 hours, mostly because I was tired and I got tilted due to my own bullshit. Again, I didn't use Clawline. But Lost Lace is definitely our first like top 3 double S, because I mean, it's just a good fight. You can't really deny that. Like, some people say that, yeah, it's bad that Lace came to like that you have to fight Lace for a 3rd time, but it didn't really feel like Lace, and it was more so just Lace on steroids with void moves, but I don't mind that personally. I enjoyed the fight, even though it took me so long to beat it. But again, it's got this, like, well, I'll refer to Lost Lace more at a later time, but of this video. But like, the fight itself is just fantastic. I enjoyed it, even though it does have some visual like fuckery going on, similarly to Trobio 2, but I did enjoy Lost Lace more than Trobio 2. The only gripe, and also the reason why Lost Lace is at the bottom of my double S tier, is the fucking teleporting bullshit, which I did not enjoy, and I do not know that why, if I did something wrong or like what the hell, but it feels like that I died to that shit so much. We're about halfway. Let me change the music track. Do. Do this. Because, of course, it was. Now, we have the... What the hell were these called? The great conch flies. Right, that's what they were called. So I think that's a bit too loud. Yeah, that's better. Like the great conch flies. The like you encounter them, I believe, at the end of Sands of Karak, if I recall correctly, where you like first encounter them. And this was like, this to me was one of the like it was a fun kind of dance fight, similar to cogwork dances. This was up there, and I would say that I enjoyed this more than Nihileth, so this would go like to the top of good. It was a fun fight outside of those fucking bouncing pieces of shit, like the like projectiles. But I feel like that Nihileth had them too, and I feel like I enjoyed the conch flies more than I did Nihileth as like a conceptual fight. Raging conch fly, very fast paced, makes sense as to why they're pissed. We killed their like partner, their lover. So they went licking their wounds and they came back with a goddamn vengeance and their entire tribe. Very emotionally charged fight. Very very kind of like Flight of the Bumblebee-esque like vibes from this. So I would say that like Raging Conchfly is at the bottom of great. I enjoyed it. Now speaking of great fights, this was a contender for a double S ranking. Second Sentinel, such a freaking fun fight, dude. And like the setting, the way you kind of bring them to life. Pardon me. The way you bring them to life, the way they protect you, and like you two have each other's backs, the way of like the conflict and the fight, the way it's set up, and the moveset, music, everything, just so fucking good. So I would definitely put this in high grade. Second Sentinel is one of my favorite fights in the entire game. As for First Sinner, do I need to explain why this is in double S? First Sinner, such a fast-paced fight, but like relatively simple. But it's a Weaver fight. You go up against a Weaver, someone who is very, very talented, someone who actually like who rebelled against Grandmother Silk and had the skills to do that. Someone who was sent to eternal like ceiling, and someone who wants to help you, who tests you. But like the moveset, her fucking teleporting is so cool. I love it. It's great. And how fast she is, how nimble she is. The moveset isn't that complicated, but my god, if this fight isn't fucking fun. It is so much fucking fun. And the, like, I prefer a lot of aspects in this fight to Lost Lace. And the fucking fake out again, like, similarly to Widow. Similarly to Widow. The fucking fake out of like, let me pull a cheeky little maneuver here. Like, it's just ridiculous on how good this fight is in all of its regards, and it is probably the best fight I would argue of Act 2 of the entire of Act 2. Not the entire game, but of Act 2. If you found this, definitely a lot of fun. And one of the highlights of the entire game. Now, speaking of Weavers, Widow was like one of the first early game. I believe it was the final obstacle to free Belhar. And Widow was tense. Widow was fast-paced. Widow was the first Weaver fight we had. And it was good, but I don't think it exceeds Phantom. It definitely like had some. The fake out was great, but when looking at it like ultimately all of these fights, like Seth, Second Sentinel, Lace 2, Tormented Trobi or Phantom, I don't think that it exceeds those. It's a solid fight with the fake out, with the bells, with the like absolute chaos that fight can like be, but I don't think it exceeds those. Definitely not a bad fight though, but I'd say like right now the like where the border goes for like bad fights or like, you know, fights and actually great fights goes like right below Widow and right above Raging Conchfly. I feel like there's a definite like difference there. Cogwork Dancers, great fight. The setup definitely more like a freaking like the difficulty modifier if I can't see through my tears. The fucking like it took me like 3 tries to beat these guys. They aren't hard, but like the lore and the setup and the dance, the waltz that the ballroom dance that they give you is just so much fun. I don't think I really had that much. I mean, what am I trying to say? I don't think I enjoyed them excessively, if that makes sense. And then I didn't enjoy them, or they left an impression, but they didn't really leave the similar kind of wow that stuff like Phantom and Tormented Trobio did. But I did enjoy it more than Widow, so this goes here. Definitely a great fight again. It's more so the lore implications of it, which give you a lot of which give you a lot to think about. But like the mechanic, definitely like Team Cherry, you're never gonna see this video, but if you are, please, more fights like this for like lore stuff. That was great. Pale Stag. Pale Stag was like, let's see. Pale Stag was very not really anything special. The only mechanic that Pale Stag really had was the fact that it just teleported all over the fucking place and spawned those like moonsicles. So I'd say this is the bottom of tier. It wasn't unenjoyable or bad in my eyes, but very much Bell Eater. The kind of like oh shit feeling that you got from when you tried calling for Bellbeast and it didn't show up. But ultimately, like, it wasn't anything special. I'd definitely say this was a high okay for me. It was more so the emotional, like, what the fuck, what happened to Ada, that kind of got me. But as a fight, it was like, it wasn't meh, it wasn't good, but I'd say it wasn't like this is very much in the middle of the entire boss ranking list. Fourth Chorus, great early game boss, I will say. Like really, really great early game boss. The actual mechanics, not very simple. I believe he had like 3 moves. So very simple, but enjoyable. Allowed for you to kind of give access to the feel and like dynamic battleground scenarios where you remove the floor from you from time to time. Could have been a bit more intense in my eyes, but definitely like not bad. So I'd say in okay, but I'm kind of thinking like where, because I enjoyed, like, Grawl was cooler than Fourth Chorus was. So I'd say like here just under Grawl the Great. Now, do I need to explain where this goes? Best fight in the game. I like, and I feel like many people agree with me on that sentiment, like between Lost Lace and Skarsinger Carmelita. I personally enjoyed Scarsinger Carmelita a lot more. I fought her for 4.5 hours. I did not feel frustrated once. I enjoyed it thoroughly. The music, the small gauntlet at the beginning, the actual fight, how fucking intense it got. Like, this Scarsinger Carmelita is the, like, Scarsinger Carmelita is just, it's, as the kids say, peak. Grandmother Silk, or Grandmother Silk, because, well, technically she's a grandma, but she's not because she's grandmother. Grandmother Silk was like, it's a bit conflicting in my eyes, because undoubtedly, like, the atmosphere, the music, the whole, like, build up to her of this sleeping, raging god, very good, excellent. And the fight isn't bad. I think I died to her once or twice, but I'm fully expecting a harder version in, like, the Godmaster fight. But Grandmother Silk to me was a bit underwhelming. So I did it. She's to me. Above pincers. She was sadly I mean, everything about her was cool, but just the fight itself, like, I feel like the ambience and music and whatnot isn't enough to really rectify it or, like, to save it. Grandmother Silk was there. It was okay. It was Last Judge, to me, I'm gonna be completely frank, I feel like a lot of, like, the community just blew the fuck out of this boss out of proportion, and, like, how bad it is, and the whole run back. I enjoyed the run back to the Last Judge. It was interesting to figure out. I enjoyed the boss very much. It's one of the better bosses in the entire game, but it's not overtly complicated. That's the whole thing about Last Judge. It's meant to be rough. It's the final boss of Act 1, similarly to Phantom, because both of them block the, like, your way to the Citadel, right? But I feel like it was just blown out of proportion, because I was spoiled on Last Judge. Like, oh, there's this super hard boss, you know, the run back that sucks. I'm like, and then I, like, came across it. I'm like, I mean, yeah, this is definitely rough. I can see this. But then after, like, a couple run backs, I'm like, this isn't too bad. Like, but my initial impression, I can definitely see what the people in the community were talking about. But ultimately, I feel like it was utterly blown out of proportion. That being said, Last Judge definitely goes up here, above Cogwork Dancers, right next to Phantom, fittingly. I enjoyed the Last Judge a lot. Great fight, great ambience, great mood, and the fucking explosion at the end. If I didn't freaking realize that it was still, like, sizzling or, like, building up, the audio cue there was very telling. So I was just like, nope. But definitely, like, I feel bad for the poor bastards who, like, quote, beat the Last Judge and then got blown to fucking smithereens by that. I actually don't remember if I got hit by it or not. Lost Garmond, another boss where I'm like, I can't see through my tears, hence this fight is difficult. Lost Garment was very much an okay boss. Wasn't anything special, just very sad. But I did enjoy it more than Grawl. So I'm gonna say that this is at the top of B tier, because Lost Garment was a fun fight. But nothing special. I don't remember what the fuck these two were called. Honestly, like, I did enjoy Pale Stag less. the emotional weight behind this, like the second where they destroy Bone Bottom, was something which puts it marginally higher, but nothing special. They just run around, drop rocks on you, and you have to like kind of smack them. Your typical charger boss. This guy didn't even have a boss title. It was just kind of hanging in the ceiling to like the west of like it was in one of those like upper caves of Moss Grotto. I forget what the fuck this guy was even called. But nothing special. I mean, it wasn't bad per se. Literally one move this guy had. But I'd say it was I mean, it's either at the very top of bad or unenjoyable. But like considering it wasn't even a boss, I would say it's at the bottom of meh. That kind of like saves it a little bit. And then Broodmother. Broodmother, not exactly enjoyable. So I'd say that's at the top of bad and unenjoyable. So yeah, that's my list. I hope you enjoyed. And until later.